Hey guys, Tom from PhotoX here again, and just going to do another quick video on the new Lightroom 4 beta that was released the other day. I don't know if you saw my last video, but that was just a really quick sort of just open it up and see what the face of it looks like. I didn't really go into detail about anything. I haven't played with this as much as I wanted to. As I said in the last video, I just installed a brand new SSD, which I was going to put all my catalogues on and everything, and literally just after I made that video it blew up and took the rest of my computer with it. It took my other SSD out, which had my entire Lightroom catalogue on it and Lightroom software itself, so I've lost pretty much. I've still got the actual raw files and everything, I've got all that backed up and that on a separate drive, but my actual catalogue and Lightroom 3 itself has disappeared. So Lightroom 4 sorry has disappeared. So I've just reinstalled it again and just had a quick look around and see what sort of stuff's hidden away. Okay, so in the last video I said that on the development module we've got these new options here, the highlights and the blacks and everything, which is really cool. And what I didn't actually do was go into any of the other icons up here, mainly the adjustment brush. So if we open the adjustment brush, you'll now see there's a hell of a lot more options there than we had before. We've still got the different effects here, but again you can see there's a lot more of them. We've got white balance adjustments now on the adjustment brush, which is pretty amazing. Before you had to adjust the white balance for the whole image. Now I can actually select a brush, choose my white balance, and then just paint it over. Obviously I've got the mask overlay selected there, so we'll get rid of that. And so if there's a bit of the image that's too warm or too cold, you can just go over it, and then you can change the tint, you can change the white balance, temperature. That's pretty awesome. So now you don't have to sort of sacrifice areas of the image that aren't quite the right temperature for you. You can just do it with the adjustment brush. Again, also on the adjustment brush, as well as the white balance, we've now got highlights, shadows, clarity, sharpness, noise, and more. Or more, I don't know how you pronounce that, I know what it means, but you know what I mean. So now we can do all these with the adjustment brush in particular areas. And you could do sharpness before. I quite often just sharpen the eyes on subjects. You can now sort of lower the highlights and boost the shadows, and then just paint on an area, and bam, look at that, out it comes. And then obviously you can adjust it up and down whatever way you want. So that's really cool. Now you've got a lot more control with individual elements of your image with the adjustment brush, and it's a really good step forward. That is what they've done there. Noise reduction, this is awesome. This photo we've got here, it was shot at ISO 800 on the Panasonic GF1. Let me just reset so we can get back. So this is now reset. Let's zoom in on the eye. Now you can see there's quite a bit of noise there and it's not perfectly sharp. It was 1/25 of a second at 14mm. But what I can now do is, instead of just reducing the noise on the entire image, I can just paint over this eye here, just to make the eye pop out, because on portraits, even if it's just animals, it's pretty much always the eye that you go straight to. So even just doing that, I've just boosted the exposure slightly, or I could just bring it back. The rest of the picture, as far as I'm concerned, for noise and sharpness is absolutely fine, because obviously the focus is on the eye. This is only a quick snapshot I took anyway, but I can just boost the sharpness on the eye, I can boost the clarity, I can bring the exposure down a touch, or contrast, whatever I want, just on that one piece, and there we go. So this adjustment brush now is really good. It's a lot more powerful. You can see the difference there, before, after, before, after. So that's really awesome. One of the weird and new things on Lightroom now is you can actually email photos direct from Lightroom itself up in the file menu, and click on email photo. You can just stick all your details in. Bit bizarre, I don't really know why you do that. Usually you'd export your image to JPEG and then just email it normally, but there we go, it's there in case you want it. What else we've got? We mentioned the map before, the location based sorting. We mentioned the highlights and the shadows. We mentioned briefly the new process. We were on 2010 before. So when you import your images into this, you might find this icon down here pops up, and that will update the process. Brings up a little box here, tells you all about it. And the last update, 2003 to 2010, was really good in terms of noise reduction. They really worked on that. I'm not sure what the difference is for 2012. It doesn't appear to make too much of a difference, but it's good to have know that everything's up to date. Notice something else down here as well. In lens profile corrections, we've also got a box now to remove chromatic aberration. You could do it before, but you had to sort of just, there was a slider down there, wasn't there, that you had to play with. They don't have Panasonic on here, so I can't do that. So that's really good. Some lenses are quite bad for that, so you can just tick a box now and get rid of that, which is awesome. So yeah, I think that's about it. There's probably loads more buried away. Like here, for example, as well, same as the adjustment brush, I guess, with the graduated filters, we can now also do white balance with that and all the other things. So the same as the adjustment brush, you can now do selective changes to all these different things, but with the graduated filter tool, which is awesome. So if you want half your image sort of tinted one colour, you can make some interesting effects with that, I presume. So yeah, that's pretty cool. You can obviously do the sharpness and everything. Yes, there's some really good control, new control methods in here. I think the clone and heel brush are the same. Crops are the same. So yeah, that's about it really. I'll play around with it even more. I'll probably find some more even more exciting things on here as well. And I'll probably do another video on that. Alright, cheers very much.